Hello guys and gals, me Mutahar. Today's video is about a little controversy, a little bit of juicy, debate back and forth. Now, for those of you who don't know, XQC is one of the largest streamers, all right, ladies and gentlemen. And we got into a fight yesterday, all right? We got into a Canadian Civil War, so to speak. Toronto versus Quebec. Obviously, the 6 was winning. But ladies and gentlemen, we got to talk about something serious. I don't really like getting into controversies or arguing with people on the internet for the sake of arguing. It is the internet, after all. It doesn't goddamn matter. What I do care about are the bigger issues, and the issues that, pertain to this platform. I care about the future of YouTube and fellow creators. I know that my time will come to an end, as somebody else's time will come to a rise. And generally, I want to make sure this platform is in the best possible state ever. So when I talk about people who are creating parasitic React content, or people who are mostly going out of their way to absolutely abuse tools on YouTube, like DMCA, like copyright claiming tools, then yes, I'm going to talk about it. Anybody that's suing a YouTuber, I will talk about it, because these are insane situations to be getting into. Life-changing, life-ruining scenarios in certain cases. So this all kind of stemmed from the fact that one creator, Bub Film, said Lamina spends months researching, scripting, editing a video, just for React streamers to re-upload the entire thing and provide zero input. I said, shame garbage like this fills the recommendations tab, because it does. Now, there are some creators that are totally okay with reactive content, some that aren't, but of course, the general idea of reactive content, the ones that I've really talked about, is no matter what, if you upload somebody's entire video in full, not only is that incredibly copyright infringing, but because you're stuffing a finite amount of area in the YouTube algorithm and the recommendations engine, you yourself are stifling out other original creators on the platform. Now, I've always maintained that if you are reacting to videos on stream, that's totally okay. I think a lot of people do, especially when you're off on a different platform like Twitch, like Kick, like Nico TV, like Billy TV, like TikTok Live. But it's when you take that reaction, that whole 2-hour video block, or however long it may be, that contains the entire video you've reacted to, re-upload it to YouTube, title it in the same way, use the same metadata, and then ape on the algorithm, that's where the issue comes out from. Next, she decided to clap back and say, I wonder what triggers people like you so much. Revenue share? Audience split? Algorithm? I heard this complaint a million times, and most public figures try to attack it from multiple angles. Now, at this moment in time, nobody's bringing up revenue. I'm just really talking about the impressions, right? Based on the finite recommendations algorithm, if I'm trying to watch videos out of like 12 possible blocks after my first YouTube video, and all of a sudden, my 12 recommended videos, like 5 of them are reaction videos because I've watched similar content, and obviously the metadata is being aped, that's a problem. That's what people are talking about, because it stifles out original creators. That's pretty much it. Now, I really responded back after that by saying, I know you're not the brightest, but I didn't expect you to be this intellectually dishonest. And I pretty much go with the entire statement that I made. I've even said that we've demonized individuals like Jinx back in the day for being a terrible reaction creator. Now, to understand, the reaction history on YouTube has been insane throughout the years, and I'm going to go through a little bit of it just for you. So back in the earliest, like 11 years ago, we had the Reply Girl controversy. So this is a video from 11 years ago. And if you see over here, somebody's showcasing that as they were watching Guild Wars 2 beta from the Yogscast, somebody literally had just created reactive content. So in their recommendation system, like I'm telling you right now, God, Starhawk open beta, that makes me feel old. You see that there's actual reply people. So they've done Guild Wars 2 beta, World versus World, and then all the similar like titles from the Yogscast. Not just similar, straight up copy the titles, and in some cases, a portion of the description. So they always show up in the side. Now, there is literally one piece of original content here, Minecraft Remote Control Mod by Blue Zephos. So for YouTube, this is terrible, because if other channels started constantly popping up, people would just click off of YouTube. YouTube doesn't want you to leave its website. They don't want you to go to Netflix. They don't want you to go to TikTok. They want you to go to the next video. They will always try to curate you a video that you want to watch. So this is one of the things that gets me, right? Like, this is one of the examples that people were making. YouTube had to change the way that its algorithm worked in terms of how it calculated watch time, how it would recommend based on its metrics to give you different content and fix this problem. Then, of course, we had the Jinx reaction era, which if you look it up, it's pretty much all but gone. Jinx was one of the first people to just download 8 videos and react to them, react in the worst possible ways. He would just sit there and occasionally make like a statement that did not offer any insight, nothing period, to the entire content. Even to this day, under YouTube's monetization policies, they have an interesting clause around repetitious content, but mostly around reuse content. Reuse content refers to channels that repurpose someone else's content without adding significant original commentary or educational value. The policy is taken from the AdSense Search Console portion. So what is allowed for monetization? While they mention that reaction videos in which you comment on the original video, one could question if freebooting the video falls under this or it doesn't. But what doesn't fall under this situation, content that violates this guideline, is content uploaded many times by other creators and clips of moments from your favorite show edited together with a little known narrative, promotion of other people's content, short videos you've compiled from other social media websites. Especially this situation right here puts a lot of clip channels into danger. For instance, if let's say there are 6 clip channels for a creator and they all upload the same 20-minute clip, that can be really, really dangerous and possibly get all of them nuked out of the YouTube monetization system, if not get those videos striked. They will definitely be questioned on the monetization policy and maybe removed from it if it turns out that they are doing duplicate or repetitive content. I've dealt with creators and helped them out, especially when commentary creators or people critical, people who make like documentary style content have fallen under this, because they may use a clip that's already been uploaded like 1,000,000 times and a bot trips and people have to fix it up. So generally, the spirit of this policy is to make sure we're rewarding creators for original and authentic content that adds value to viewers. If you put a funny or thoughtful spin on content that you didn't originally create, you've transformed the content in some way. It's fine to have this type of content on your channel, but individual videos may be subject to other policies like copyright, which is where we're going to get into towards the second act of this video. Now, in XQC's original statement, he says, "I'm watching a video I like to my people, that's it." So I'm not going to bring up the fact that XQC is, in some cases, literally stepping away from the computer to go to bathroom breaks while a video is running, therefore not making that portion of his reaction transformative content. But once you say, "I'm watching a video I like to my people," you have literally admitted that you're not putting a video up for fair use purposes. You're not there to comment on it. You're not necessarily there to report news. You're not there for offering like actual critique commentary. You're literally just showing a video you like to your people. Now, I'm going to just tell you right now, we can argue in a similar way, another comparison. I like the movie Hackers. I want to show it to my audience. Let me upload that review onto YouTube. Oh shit, or not review, that reaction to YouTube. Oh wait, this independent studio called Metro-Goldwyn-Mayer is now suing me. Oh shit, how could I have avoided this? Now, XQC even watched animes like Hunter x Hunter and The Dark Knight. The Dark Knight, where Kick staff had to go in and be like, "We just gave you a deal, don't ruin it." Why was that not uploaded to YouTube? Was it because you didn't want to share that with the YouTube Andes, the frogs? Or, maybe it's because there was a big studio stopping it the entire time, and you realized that you couldn't get away with it, and you could have actually faced a lawsuit. XQC's numbers are actually so large that some people, if they were suing him, could consider him a broadcaster at this point, believe it or not. Now, XQC's response to me was, "Damn, I knew you liked using big words so that people would give your takes more importance." Dog, where did I use a big word here, okay? Let's look through my entire thing. Intellectually, so intellectually, that's 6 syllables. Inherently, 4 syllables. Dog, I'm sorry, it's basic English, okay? We both went to university. You went for chemistry, if I'm not mistaken. I went for computer sciences. We didn't take real English, but at least we know that it's a language that we use. Come on now, stop it. Little brother used... Reddit is down the hall and to the left. Used a 2017 example where I talk about Jinx. Yeah, we talked about why that was demonized back then. And for the large part, people still demonize it now. I'm sure there are some fervent supporters of this behavior, but then again, they don't have actual evidence, they don't have facts, they don't have a cogent point for this. Also, I talk to most of the YouTubers I take big content pieces from and react to. Maybe send Daily Dose of the Internet a call and compare numbers on uploads and react. Actually, that might be a pretty good idea. But talking to most of the YouTubers isn't exactly a good answer. Unless your team is talking to all of them, your team never contacted me for watching any of my videos. Again, I'm not feeling bad about it, but I'm just saying, if you're going to say that you're talking to most, you should try to talk to all. I mean, realistically, a lot of people like Daily Dose of the Internet will actually pay to license that material. So again, the fact that you're just freebooting it onto your channel can be kind of dangerous. He's paying a good chunk of money to license that material. You are not. So actually, it'd be worth looking into that. Until then, keep malding, little brother. We both know why you posted a tweet in the first place. Insecurity is a fucking bitch. Anybody that mentions insecurity first, and he's talked about money more than I have, is definitely signs of serious insecure behavior. I'm actually making a point about impressions and how we have finite, sources. These are actual arguments brought up by people like Dark Viper, who has extreme knowledge on the subject, and also people like Jack's Films, who we're going to get to later. So again, he's also saying don't make a money argument type. Where? I didn't mention money at all. We're talking about impressions, not about ad revenue. He says ad revenue comprises 1% of his total income. I don't disagree. Ad revenue isn't that important. XQC, insecurity doesn't exist. We're both actually very wealthy individuals, okay? Yes, you're far wealthier than I am in terms of getting some of these crazy kick deals, but we both live pretty good lives, okay? Like, all things considered, we're blessed, both of us. So insecurity doesn't really matter at this point. We both have more money than we could ever understand what to do with our life, okay? That's pretty much how it goes down into. So again, the insecurity, anytime somebody mentions it, it's like, in this context, you sound like a beta. Now write another essay to farm some impressions. You wrote an entire essay yourself, but okay. Maybe you generate enough Twitter revenue to shut up, and next time you wake up, you feel like a weak-ass soy. Reddit is down the hall and to the left. Now, of course, I literally had to respond and say, dog, nobody brought up income as an example, period. Now, in this entire post, it was funny, he says, I guess it makes sense that you are upset. Everyone is reacting to actual good content instead of whatever you post. X, what are you on about, bro? You were literally watching one of my videos on your stream too. What the fuck? Okay, and it's funny because when I called him out on that, he said it was a good video. You didn't think that Valorant video I made was good. You said that I was just mad that I couldn't get a CD key or a key for the game.
You just created the easiest backdoor rootkit into your system by playing.
Okay, we get it, chat. He didn't access the video. He didn't get a key, okay? I get it. Next, can we move on now? He's also do you guys want to keep watching this? Or we watch this no candy mod for more.
Like, goddamn. But I'll cool it down here because I'm not really here to start fights or something. I'm just here to respond to points and actually what I believe to be misinformation. So of course, when I talked about, hey, listen, nobody's bringing up income, I'm literally just talking about impressions being cannibalized. That's it. He then says, watch time from impressions equal ads equal money. He tried it. Bro tried to pretend he makes uploads out of the kindness of his heart. This is where my brain actually broke to the point where I was like, what point is you responding to, homie? Come on now. And then of course, he says right after that, you are essentially saying you care about impressions and not about the money it comes with. Gotcha. I'm out of arguments like this one. You are a god. Now at that point, the entire argument stopped and I pretty much just said, listen, impressions, when you actually gain organic impressions on YouTube, leads to a long-term organic channel growth. It's not about the money you make in the short term, it's about the brand you build in the long term. And for a lot of creators, having their brand being built is what's really important at the end of the day. Now, when it comes to impressions in this situation, what I'm talking about is when you go to the homepage on YouTube. In my homepage on YouTube, I have a few videos from people like Mythical Kitchen, because I watch cooking content. I've got, I built an ocean bunker. This kind of stuff is really popular. Now, I don't really watch necessarily this kind of stuff. I may click on it, but then inside this, I've also got XQC is Addicted to Ali G videos, another reactive piece of content, and then of course, I've got Sniper Wolf, which I'll get to well in the end. But in this entire situation, I got one recommended video that made it through. This Impossible Dream, a Shenmue retrospective. I watch a lot of content in regards to classic video games and video game essays. So this guy, Retro Mule, actually got recommended to me, and this video yesterday was at like 2,000, 3,000 views. So it's being pushed in the algorithm because YouTube believes, for me, it's good content. So I clicked on this video and it's 33 minutes long. And if you watch it, it's actually well produced. It's pretty much up there with a lot of bigger channels that cover video game retrospectives. Now, the reason why YouTube recommended this to me is because it looked at similar content that I watched, promoted it, and it promoted it specifically to me because it knew that if I clicked and watched it, I would make it all the way through, which I did, which severely benefits this creator. That kind of organic growth is actually what you need to be huge. Years ago, when I covered creepypastas, I had 100 subscribers, right? It was because of how YouTube naturally promoted me, not so much shoutouts, and when I covered the deep web and it naturally promoted me, that my channel started reaching actual subscribers that would stick around for the long term. That is the most important thing that you can have. I know a lot of people say that bigger streamers often give exposure, but if you look at the actual metrics of it, look at a lot of channels that they do give exposure to. When those channels fall out of favor with, what's being regularly streamed, those channels may plateau or, they may sometimes rise. It really is a throw of the coin, so to speak. Now, one could argue nobody would watch this kind of content if it wasn't for a reactive streamer. And this is where we get into situations where I just have to say it doesn't matter what the audience in the situation thinks, okay? Because at the end of the day, uploading somebody's entire video onto your channel is very much against the law, against the legal framework of copyright and fair use. Now, when we look at copyright and fair use in this situation, I'm going to show you from the Stanford University, okay? So there are 4 factors judges consider: the purpose and character of your use, the nature of the copyrighted work, the amount of substantiality, and the effect of the use upon the potential market, all very important. So for instance, one of them is the transformative factor. Has the material you've taken from the original work been transformed by adding new expression or meaning, new information, aesthetics, insights, and understanding? In a lot of cases, sitting around watching a video and then fucking doing one of these, or hey boys, I just pinched one off in the old bathroom there. I'll fucking drop some nuclear bombs out, if you catch my drift. Oppenheimer at that toilet. That's not exactly informative. Going, wow, oh my god, that's crazy. Fuck! That's not really transformative either, okay? If you're going to be offering insight, some of the best React content that I've personally watched are like, videos of police breakdowns where they're being reacted to by SWAT team members, cops, people with actual insightful, relevant material to further add to a piece. Now, of course, then you've got the nature of the copyrighted work. So because the dissemination of facts and information benefits the public, you have more leeway to copy from factual works such as biographies than you do from fictional works such as plays or novels. So again, in some cases, if you're covering like archival or news or something of that nature, you may tend to get away just because you're talking about actual facts in the situation. But again, that's just one test. The amount of substantiability, the less you take, the more likely that your copying will be excused as fair use. However, even if you take a small portion of work, your copying will not be a fair use if the portion taken is the heart of the work. In other words, you're more likely to run into problems if you take the most memorable aspect of a work. So again, it's all going to have to be tested in court, but courts would probably unanimously agree that if you're uploading somebody's entire video, that is definitely not fair use. Now, I've heard the argument that, oh, but it's a 10-minute video, but it's an hour-and-a-half response to it, a reaction. That is still against the law in certain cases, in many cases, because you've uploaded the entire piece. Now, when I cover a video or I not react to a video, but respond or look at a video, I take pretty much as I need and I respond to it. So if a video is 7 minutes long, I try to make sure that I'm only taking the 10-15 seconds, including the context, for whatever I'm responding to or whatever I'm actually building upon off of, okay? That's pretty much the fair use test in my head. Even that could be taken to court. Now, again, I have an actual argument in a courtroom if that ever happens. But in most streamers' cases, they would absolutely be slapped upside the head if they were to go to a courtroom and argue that aping an entire piece of work is somehow fair use or transformative. And then, of course, the effect upon the open market, which is actually what the biggest piece is. Because you've re-uploaded an entire video, you've also created a market substitute as well. And a market substitute means that if somebody watched the entire video through a streamer, why the fuck would they go and watch it on the original channel? Now, you might be like, okay, maybe they watched one video and then, sure, now I'm going to go see what the original channel is all about. But what if it turns out that the streamer in this case is consistently just reacting to this channel? They're just constantly watching this material. So every new video that's uploaded, the potential market, consumer looks at it and says, oh, this guy uploaded a video, 20 minutes later a streamer will react to it and they'll upload it on their channel, I'll just watch it that way. That's what it can do on the open market. And a lot of movies, TV shows, books have issues against it. The reason why YouTubers don't jump into it, especially smaller ones, is because getting into a legal battle is often an issue with how much money you have, and it can absolutely cripple you financially. It can cripple your time. It can stop you from even performing in your career for a long time, which is why most people don't do it. Also, there is a societal issue where if you go up against a larger streamer or a larger creator, you could effectively end your career right there and then. So a lot of people either just let it happen or don't talk about it, but it doesn't stop the predatory and leechy nature of this situation. Now, to understand, one thing that I want to get back to XQC on is when he talks about they can claim the whole thing, and they do it lots of times. I swear you guys just make shit up for the hell of it. Honestly, XQC, I'm going to say you're making it up. Because let's talk about how claiming videos works. This is where I wish people who talked about this topic actually researched the material that they covered. Because generally, I didn't even know this, but people who talk about claiming videos, YouTube has an entire description about this. Not everyone can claim YouTube videos and get the revenue off of them. Here's the page that says upload and claim your videos. Features described in this article only apply to users of YouTube Studio Content Manager. For general info on uploading videos, learn more here. So this is already a different thing. YouTube offers multiple ways to upload videos. For channel linked to a content manager account, uploading a video involves setting policies, specifying ownership, and creating an asset. So again, you need to have a content manager account, meaning that you're pretty much a MCN or you're a big person, okay? People who are in Disney, Fox, a lot of these big studios have access to these feature sets. Not every creator, even your largest creator, doesn't have access to this unless they're working with an already established MCN. We can get into how predatory MCNs are, but this is the one thing that people mistake. They think that just because YouTube tells you how many people are reacting to your videos, that they suddenly give you the option to claim it. You can't claim it. All you can do is issue a DMCA, which is literally starting a lawsuit. You can't just claim it. Not every creator can. So this argument falls flat on its ass. Now, this is where we're going to look at Sniper Wolf. She is by far the ending crutch to this. She is the best reactor upon reactors, okay? Now, you probably watched the video from Jack's Films that breaks the situation down. But to give you an idea, she has almost 34 million subscribers, and Sniper Wolf's been around for a long time, okay? She's been around, I believe her first videos were literally Metal Gear Solid Online videos, from the MGS4 era, no less. She's an OG creator. Now, if you look into her channel, it's just TikTok reaction shit. That's all it is, okay? Sus cartoon moments that'll ruin your childhood. Oh, you sus? Okay, you've got creative people on another level, okay? That's it. Now, in this situation, we're going to look at how much exposure actually means. So going back in time to about 7 days ago, the most unlucky people ever on TikTok. Okay, so if you look into this video, no credit to any of these creators, right? And one of the actual conspiracies I've had in this situation is I'm almost certainly sure that she might have a Google document sheet where she like reads off like what each TikTok she's going to be reacting to is about. Offers like a laugh, maybe like one sentence insight, and an editor builds that together. That's like the speedrun optimal reaction strat, okay? I would do that to save me the 5 minutes out of a 20-minute record. But one thing that we're gonna be looking at over here is if you scroll up a little bit too further into the situation, we're gonna find a channel that gets lucky enough to showcase its TikTok strategy or its TikTok account. Now in this situation, this is Carla_MPL. Great gun from like the Black Ops era, okay, great submachine title. We're gonna go all the way and see what her account is doing right now. So Carla MPL right over here, this is her channel, 5,485 followers, okay? So obviously, you know, it's just a standard account. That exposure is really paying for the week, man, like 400 plays, god damn, insane. Now, obviously, she's built this following not because of Sniper Wolf, but because if you go back into her history, there are a couple videos that have actually hit in the algorithm. For instance, one of them was like 36,000 plays, one of them was 16,000 plays. So not because of a YouTuber was this TikToker helped, I bet they don't even know that they were reacted to. No credit, no nothing offered whatsoever. So again, YouTube content creators, right, the actual, the YouTube, like, Twitter account literally was like, hey, where does Sniper Wolf get video ideas? From fans! Now, I don't take this as, like, YouTube defending this kind of content. I actually highly doubt anyone beyond the social media manager has ever actually truly looked into what kind of content that she's creating. She's just really favored by YouTube, and that's pretty much the situation that we're at. But this kind of content is ultimately just detrimental. A, it doesn't require a whole heck of a lot of effort. Seriously, if all you were going to do is upload TikTok reaction content, your life is easy as hell. It's literally the easiest form of content that you can produce. No research, no effort, no nothing, period. But that being said, ladies and gentlemen, I think this video has gone on long enough. I had a disagreement with a fellow creator, a very heated disagreement publicly, and the words that I've stated, I stand by. I think this kind of content is highly predatory, and I think it's ultimately detrimental for the future of YouTubers and newer YouTubers that step into the marketplace. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to know what you think about it in the comment section below, And to be honest, that's pretty much what it comes down to. So yeah, if you like what you saw, please like, comment, and subscribe. Dislike, and I am out.